Hey there guys, this is Malorian and this will be a Errata update. Now the last big Errata we had was the one with the shifting stones, and that was a pretty big massive one. Well, this one here I would argue is even bigger. And if you're ever trying to find these Erratas that Privateer Press puts out, they're just on their webpage. But I'm going to put a link up to this one here. This one will be the August 2015 Errata. Much like the old Games Workshop ones, are highlighted in red, so you can always find what the new stuff is. But yeah, normally in the past it's been small stuff that doesn't really matter, and this time, yeah, there's some pretty big ones here. The first one has to do with being able to shake blind. So Gorman has always been a very big important model for blinding things and making sure, hey, guess what, that big colossal I don't want to deal with, all of a sudden it has to forfeit its movement or action, it can't shoot, it can't run or charge, and it also is -4 mat and defense. So yeah, boom, that model is just kind of ignored for a while. And there's no way out of it. There was really no way to get around it. Until now, where they changed it so that at the beginning, where you can always be paying one focus or fury to be either shaking, say like knockdown or stationary or something like that, you can also now shake blind. So that's a massive blow for Gorman. Some have said that, oh, this has been coming for a long time. Gorman should also be like 3 points or something. And this brings him down to something that's a little bit more manageable and worth 2 points. My personal opinion on this one here is I'm not really a fan. I really saw Gorman as almost like a balance to the system. It was only for War Machine. Hordes had no access to him. But it's almost like, okay, I don't care how awesome your new Jack is, or unit, or whatever, or caster, because I can just blind you. It's, again, for another analogy for the fantasy guys, it was like a spell scroll, where it's like, okay, boom, that spell that's overpowered, I don't care because I just get rid of it. We'll have to kind of see whether he's still taken. He is still going to be worth it for the 2 points, just for the cloud he can make, maybe for the rust bomb as well. I mean, even though you can shake this, that's still fury you have to spend, and especially for the low focus or fury casters, you know, that'll be a bigger deal. So we'll have to kind of see. He definitely won't be taking as much as he is now, but yeah, definitely a massive change for him. So scrolling down, the next one we're going to see here is, again, yeah, more shake effects. We talked about the focus. It's the same thing with the fury. The next one here is pack fury and pack fury points. Now changed to saying when a war beast in a pack is destroyed by a friendly attack, or as a result of damage being transferred to it, you can't get fury off of it. And that's just kind of follows with the regular beast, so nothing really major for that one. They had one for a change here for the Trench Buster. That's their new, like, Ogren Trencher, where it was dumb, and I don't know who would ever think it would work like this, but it said Flank Trencher, and so since himself was a Trencher, it's like, oh, I automatically get Flank because I am also in base-to-base with the target? No. Now it says it is Flank another Trencher. This one shouldn't be a big change. This is something that should just be obvious, but there you go. Here's one for Haley. So this is Epic Haley, and when you just read the line in the Errata, it seems pretty simple. Remove the second sentence from temporal shift. Okay, that's no big deal. Well, what that actually is from the feat. The feat from Epic Haley says you have to forfeit either your movement or your action, and then the next part of it, the second sentence, says that the Haley player gets to pick the activation order. And so some people are losing their minds, like, oh my god, Haley's ruined, Signar's ruined, we have no answer to Legion anymore, and most of us are saying, no, this is okay. Personally, for a long time, I didn't play Haley 2 because I thought, well, this is kind of awkward, we're on your turn and your clock, I'm trying to tell you what guys activate, I might even know the names of some things, and if I'm ever taking too long, they put the clock over to me. I really didn't like that part of the feat, just because of how awkward it was again. So I don't think it's really that big of a deal. Does it ruin Epic Haley? No, she's still amazing with all of her toolbox of spells, Deadeye and TK and Domination and Time Bomb, and just deceleration. She is just an awesome caster, and this is still an amazing feat. It's still, I wouldn't say now it's in contention for the best feat in the game. It's just now a really good feat. And yeah, this is fine. This is probably the way it should be. The next one here is going to be for Prime Haley. This is the Haley 3 that brings up the other ones. And what it's really saying is that Temporal Flux, which is an amazing spell, this is the one that raises the defense of your guys and lowers the defense of their guys. Well, now, the part where it raises the defense is only friendly faction. So in my last spell report where I used it to raise the defense of Pressgangers, that wouldn't be there anymore. Again, is this a big change? Well, some people are saying like, oh my god, I was going to be taking a Costa and Alexia 2 and all this stuff. It's like, well, you still can. They're still good models. You know, Haley 3 still has the whole thing where I can build a cloud wall where my guys walk out of it, and blocking line of sight does more than raising the defense. So I really still think she'll be fine. For my part, hey, you know, I took before Pressgangers and Alexia and her Risen. I'm still going to be taking them. They're still really good like they always are. They just don't go to insane. And really, the more I played with Haley 3, the more I realized this 2-cost spell was freaking insane. Especially after they clarified that the 5-inch bubble goes off the echoes as well. It was just like, yeah, this is pretty crazy. So this, I feel, is a good change. I have no problem with it. They then again clarify with the channeling that they have to be within control area of that model. I thought that one was actually clarified before, so it's good to see it's actually here in the Errata now. There's also one here for Durst. This one was just more of a misprint, where for on the, what spells this? On the, now I can't remember the name, Eruption of Ash, it was showing that it was the continuous fire, but it should just be the regular fire. So that's just a little kind of fix of a typo. So no real problems there. Asphyxious, they did a little change here to Bone Shaker. Again, not a really big major one. This is the way that it had been already confirmed to be played like, and we're playing anyway. So yeah, don't really worry about that. Pistol Wraiths, here's a big one. Now, before, they do something called Death Chill. So that after they shot, you'd have to forfeit things and blah, blah, blah. Now it's not like that. Now, if you shoot something twice and you hit them with your Death Chill shot with your Pistol Wraith, they're stationary instead. So stationary, again, is something that can be shaken. Some people are saying like, oh my god, now Pistol Wraiths are useless. Because normally, again, kind of like Gorman, if you didn't like something, you just shoot it twice and Death Chill it in place and like, okay, I'm all good. Well, now it'll be stationary and it can, you know, of course, force its way out. Just like with the Gorman thing, like we said, it'll still be a bigger issue for low focus or fury casters where you can't just shake everything all the time, right? All this is going to keep on taxing you. But again, I don't think this is a massive, massive deal. As some people have said, it seems like Privateer Press really want to stop the abilities that just take away your options. So the things where it's just like, oh no, this thing just can't do anything because it's blind or because your opponent is getting to pick your order of activations, they're kind of taking those things out. And some people have said that this is kind of making the game more fun. Either way, from a competitive standpoint, this is a little blow to Pistol Race, but man, I mean, we're in a faction here with all the Banes and all this stuff. If you really don't like a target, Crix can just kill it. So this isn't the end of the world whatsoever. Alright, going down, the next one here, this is another dumb one where Thyron, the new caster there, for a while had a feat that never ended because it doesn't say lasts for one turn or lasts for one round. Well, now it actually says here it lasts for one turn. So it's like every other feat. It's probably, you probably could have bought them and not even realize. You're like, yeah, of course it lasts one turn. It's a feat. That's what feats do. But yeah, now it actually says Sergeant Nicholas Verentry. This is just the new solo there. Again, it's a dumb thing where he has flank with steelhead, and it's like, oh, I guess I flank with myself because I'm a steelhead. No, it's changed so it's flank with another steelhead. Kind of a silly change, but they felt they need to have it. Here's something where they just added it in. And this is the Mountain King just gaining assault. So if you ever charge, you basically get a free spray. Is this a massive change? No, not really. Will Trollbloods all of a sudden take the Mountain King? Probably not. But it is interesting to see things like this here where, I mean, when Rias all of a sudden got reach, it's like, okay, are they trying to make Rias better, or are they just trying to fix what she was supposed to have originally? I don't know if they ever intended the Mountain King to have assault before, but if nothing else, it makes the Mountain King a little bit better. I'm sure Trollbloods still won't take it, and they got a Glacier King on the way. But hey, it's a little improvement that they gave to an old Gargantuan. And we're going to have another one here with the Archangel. So the Archangel's old animus was kind of silly. I would cast my animus, you would have to enter my range, then you'd be on continuous fire. I guess I'd ignore you for my next turn, and on the following turn, you might burn to death. It was kind of a really silly animus that nobody ever cast unless they were just like bored or had extra fury or something. This one now just says, enemy models currently within 2 inches of this model suffer the fire continuous effect. Now, this is a much better way of doing this animus. Is just boom, you guys are all on fire. This is a great thing. Another thing that's nice here for the Archangel is that he is able to move up. And it's kind of like the cavalry thing where you get to interrupt your movement with an attack. So what he can do is the Archangel can fly up, get within 2 inches of some infantry, start shooting something else, pop his animus so he puts those things on fire, and then moves away without free strikes. As long as those infantry don't have reach, of course. Of course, again, if you're being just kind of like jammed up, hey, you guys are on fire, and then I'm going to shoot those things over there. It's just going to make that Archangel a little bit better. And you do see the Archangel being used more than the Mountain King. Does this mean that the Archangel is going to be everywhere? Well, no, but it's just something that makes it just that little much better. Again, you can be doing this on the caster as well, so Rias can do things like charge in, hit a major target, pop this animus to light everything on fire, and then sprint away. You know, there's times you can be seeing this animus actually being used now, and that's good, because you never want an animus that's just useless. The Siege Animantrax. What it did here now is, before it used to be able to get rage tokens, but only from enemy attacks. So it was kind of like, unless I'm attacked and then I'm usually killed, I don't get anything. Well, now it can be getting these rage tokens from friendly attacks. So friendly guys can just kind of hit him, give him some rage tokens, and makes him stronger, and he's allowed to buy and boost attacks. And now with these, he can also boost his gun. So again, what is this going to be the impact? Is the Animantrax going to be everywhere now? No, but it definitely now is not like, wow, it is the worst battle engine in the game and it's useless and blah blah blah. Now it's like, okay, I can start seeing some more uses for the Animantrax, and especially in these tiers we get them cheaper, I can see them being more of a good investment. So it's nice to see that, again, just these little fixes, just making these models better. Next one here is just more of a name change. It's kind of like they changed Gun Mages to Gun Mage Pistoliers or whatever. They changed the name of the Grotesques. You know, maybe there'll be a new UA or something coming up that's important for that. Caliban, again, just clarification on the Bone Shaker spell, nothing too major. And that's it. So there you go. Again, the biggest changes here are to Gorman, Haley 2 and Haley 3. Those are really the big earth-shattering ones. You could kind of put Pistol Wraiths in there too. But for the most part, like I said, I feel like all these changes are in the right direction. Gorman's the one, like, oh, I really saw him as like a counter to overly powerful models, really forced people to try and take more weaker models, which makes for a more interesting game rather than double colossal versus double colossal. But hey, you know, I can understand people who had a lot of frustrations about Gorman, and if nothing else, it'll make the game more fun than, you know, the worst thing for Haley 2, where it's like, hey, I go up and I blind something with Gorman and I pop feet, and now you can't even get anything to Gorman because I did all your stuff in the wrong activations, or I TK'd him out. Then he blinds something else, and it was just a real huge, you know, kick in the dick to try and deal with. So One of the things I really do hope they're going to do with this, though, is that as they release new cards, that they're going to be updating them to have these rules on them. You know, it's great that Private Press does these erratas, but I'm starting to be at the point now. It's like, well, you know, it'd be really good if they make sure that all the new cards they start printing have the right stuff on them. But either way, there you go. Major errata. And for Signar players out there, I guess I'm sorry, but at the same time I'm kind of not, because they're still two very amazing casters. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later. Bye.